Good morning, class. Welcome to my classroom. This is a quick video over the COVID DBQ for Honors World History, for AP World History. This is going to be a real quick video because it is 1:25 a.m. and I need to get this out before tomorrow morning. So, the COVID DBQ, as you probably know by now, it's worth more points than the regular DBQ. It is 10 points now. They have added nothing new, just more of the stuff that you have already learned. So let's go over a quick review of some of the things that we've already talked about and you will need in this DBQ. So you have your thesis paragraph. Remember to intro with dates, introduce the topic with introductory context. You know, the kind of thing that gives it gravity, shows you know the significance of the thing you're talking about. Consider going for the context point here of before BP1. That's supposed to be or before body paragraph 1. So consider going for the context point here by expanding on the context. In other words, showing where this topic fits in other world events at the time, how this puzzle piece fits into the global tapestry. If you don't want to worry about going off track here and distracting people in your thesis, I understand. Sometimes it's better to put the introductory context or the historic context between introductory paragraph or the thesis paragraph and body paragraph 1 as a bridge between those two paragraphs. You can also add historic context as a sort of document analysis later on. So you have choices. Anyway, showcase your claims from the grouping topics. So you've settled on your topics that are relevant to the prompt. You've put your paragraphs into groups and you have distilled from these groups a claim topic that you're going to write about in your body paragraphs. You're ready to go on to your body paragraph. First, how many points did you earn here if you did everything correctly? You earned 2 points! That's for the COVID DBQ. And that's actually for the regular DBQ too. Now, let's talk about the priority body paragraph structure. This is new for me. As of 30 minutes ago, I realized as I was looking over the College Board's the grade point grade sheet, whatever they call it, doesn't matter. The thing with the PDF that they sent you and they said read, and then they sent the other thing that said read, and there's lots of stuff that they say read, whatever. Listen to me, tune all the noise out. Because of the way the points are given to you, the body paragraph structure, you have an opportunity to earn many points here. You have only 45 to 50 minutes to write this thing, so you need to be efficient with your time. So prioritize. When you're making your group, whatever group you feel most comfortable with, most familiar with, and has the most and best supporting evidence, that will be your priority body paragraph. Write this paragraph first. That way you can get the majority of your points here, and if you run out of time later and you have to cut parts of the second body paragraph, it's okay. You've already earned many points. So the priority body paragraph, break it down like this. Include 3 evidence with explanation. So you will use from your documents 3 pertinent, relevant pieces of evidence that support your claim. Don't throw in random evidence there. That is bad. Take 3 pieces of evidence that supports the claim, and your claim supports your thesis. Explain the evidence that you use. Please explain how the evidence supports your claim. Don't assume that I know what you're talking about. Assume that I have no idea about anything. Sourcing. Include 2 examples of sourcing. That means provide those happy elements. If you're not in my class, you might have learned about the happy elements for document analysis. You can talk about points of view, historical context, and how those matter to a piece of evidence or a source. Essentially what you're doing here is you're taking the authorship of the source and you're explaining how the author of the source represents something important that we get more meaning than we otherwise would if we didn't know where the source came from. So by knowing who the source is, you're explaining to us how we know more than we otherwise would, and it makes your argument even stronger, even better. So two of those happy sourcing elements that will go along with your evidence, and then two pieces of outside evidence. That's evidence beyond the document. If you have done this perfectly, you will earn, with one paragraph, do you think you know? Guess. Just shout the number out loud. Make people in the house wonder about your sanity louder. Yes, that's good. It is worth 6 points! 6 points. That is one less point than a regular DBQ is worth in one paragraph. So, by this point, if you have done everything correctly, you might very well have 8 points. Then, your secondary body paragraph structure. Now that you have written a good and solid and wonderful, amazing body paragraph, your priority one, the one where you know the most about and you use the most evidence to support, write your second or secondary body paragraph. That is going to be written using your lesser grouping. So whatever grouping you do that has less documents in it and you're less comfortable in it, that's going to be the topic claim for your second paragraph, your second body paragraph. In this body paragraph, in addition to a wonderful topic sentence, the topic sentence should, of course, be supportive of your thesis statement, which is in response to the prompt. Always keep everything on topic, please. Everything needs to support either your topic sentence or your thesis. You will include 2 pieces of evidence with explanation. Always explain. 1 example of sourcing, like we discussed, to show how the knowledge of the source adds understanding. 1 outside evidence or evidence beyond the document. And if done perfectly here in this secondary body paragraph that you worked so hard on, you will earn a grand total of, shout it out, shout it loud. That's right, 1 point. But it's not important about the 1 point. It's 1 point, but in my experience teaching this, it's rare for someone to do the previous paragraph perfect. That's why we plan in buffers. Don't assume you'll get every explanation or every piece of evidence right. This is a timed essay. And if you had time, I'm sure that you would get things right. But your brain is going to be a little bit cramped. You're going to be going quickly. You're going to miss things. You're going to overlook things. It won't be perfect. So we need these buffers. So you get 1 point here, and the point that we're talking about is because you will have used and explained 4 pieces of evidence, and the COVID DBQ wants you to use and explain how 4 pieces of evidence support your claim. You'll include 1 piece of sourcing, 1 piece of outside evidence. This is, again, buffer. You only need 2 evidences, evidencias beyond the document, and you only need 2 sourcing, but we're adding 1 of each because of the real possibility you'll get those other ones incorrect. So once you have done this, you will likely have 9 points. That's not bad. The additional point, remember, I don't really teach you to try to get it. If you do everything else correctly and you add in a little bit of nuance and you strategically try to show how things aren't black and white, then you might get it. But 45 minutes. That's a lot to do in 45 minutes. If you have time, make sure you do that. If you have time, you can add maybe another piece of evidence, another sourcing, or another outside evidence to this paragraph, but you've done a lot in 45 minutes. They say 50 minutes, but you want to make sure you submit in time. And that's what your homework's going to be. For those of you in my class, you do have homework. Those of you who aren't in my class, bye. You don't have homework unless you want homework. It's weird. So those of you in my class, you're going to be working on writing your priority body paragraph. This is the paragraph, the body paragraph that you're going to spend a tiny bit more time on, and it's going to be the one that you're most comfortable writing. And that's it. I hope this was as quick as I wanted it to be. It's late, go to bed. Thanks for watching.